You fill up a massive bowl of kibble, scoop the litter box until it is spotless, give your cat a gentle kiss on the forehead, and think to yourself, all right, she is all set. She will probably just sleep like an angel until I get back. Sounds like a perfectly responsible morning routine, right? But here is the truth. Some of the most innocent, loving habits you have right before you walk out that front door are secretly pushing your cat into a state of absolute panic and silent distress. You might think you are leaving them in a peaceful, safe haven, but from their perspective, you could be setting off a psychological alarm bell. Today, we are going to expose the exact mistakes you must absolutely never make when leaving your cat home alone. Let us be real for a second. We all have jobs, classes, and lives outside of our homes. We simply cannot be by our cat's sides all day, every day. But there is a massive misconception out there that cats are these fiercely independent, aloof creatures who actually prefer being left completely alone. And because of that old myth, many loving cat parents end up making some very serious mistakes without even realizing it. In this video, we are going to break down 6 incredibly common things you need to stop doing right now. Backed by feline behavioral psychology, these insights will make sure your furry best friend stays safe, relaxed, and genuinely happy every single time you have to leave the house. Let us start with the first mistake, the guilty goodbye. We have all been there. You are standing at the door, your keys in hand, and you look back at those big, sad eyes. Suddenly, the guilt washes over you. You drop your bags, kneel down, shower your cat with kisses, and use that high-pitched, sad voice to apologize. You say something like, I am so sorry. I will be back soon. I promise. You think you are comforting them, but you are actually doing the exact opposite. According to studies on feline separation anxiety, cats are absolute masters at reading our emotional cues and body language. When you make a massive emotional scene before leaving, you are directly signaling to your cat that a terrible, highly stressful event is about to occur. Their minds process your sadness and anxiety as an incoming threat. Instead of feeling loved, they feel panicked. The solution is surprisingly simple, though it might feel a little heartless to you at first. You must practice the art of the neutral exit. Feline behaviorists recommend completely ignoring your cat for 5 minutes before you leave and doing the exact same thing for 5 minutes when you return. By walking out the door calmly and quietly, you are normalizing your absence. You are sending a clear, comforting message that leaving is just a normal, boring part of the daily routine, and there is absolutely nothing to worry about. Mistake number 2 is leaving the house in dead silence. Before you head out for the day, you probably turn off the television, shut down the electronics, and make sure the house is perfectly quiet. You want to save electricity, and you naturally figure your cat needs a peaceful, silent environment to get their rest. But here is the catch. A cat's hearing is incredibly sensitive, far more than ours. When your house is dead silent, every single sudden noise from the outside world is drastically amplified. A loud car horn, a dog barking next door, or heavy footsteps in the hallway can violently startle them out of their sleep. In complete silence, these unexpected sounds trigger their defensive instincts, leaving them anxious and on edge all day long. The solution is to leave behind a comforting auditory buffer. Give them a little bit of white noise. You can leave a radio playing softly or keep the television on at a low volume tuned to a news channel or classical music. This gentle background noise mimics the comforting presence of someone being home, and it effortlessly masks those frightening outside sounds. Mistake number 3 is restricting their territory by closing doors. You probably have a beautifully made bed, and you really do not want it covered in cat hair while you are gone. Or maybe you think keeping them confined to one small room is the safest option, so you shut the bedroom and living room doors before you head out. But here is why that is so damaging. Cats are deeply territorial creatures. They thrive on having free roam of their environment. When you suddenly cut off their access to familiar areas, especially the rooms that hold the strongest scent of you, like your bedroom, they feel a complete loss of control. It causes them a massive amount of stress and anxiety. The solution is simple. You need to leave the doors open to your core living spaces. The more they can smell your scent on your bed or your favorite spot on the couch, the safer and more comforted they will feel while you are away. Before we move on, I need to warn you. Mistake number 6 on this list is the most dangerous one of all, and 90% of cat owners have made it at least once. You definitely need to hear it. If you do not want to miss out on more science-backed knowledge to help you understand your cat better, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let us look at mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 is leaving dangerous toys out. You feel bad leaving your cat alone, and you want to make sure they do not get bored. So you leave their favorite wand toy, a long ribbon, or a ball of yarn right there on the living room floor. You think you are giving them something fun to do while you are away. But this is actually incredibly dangerous. When a cat plays with string toys unsupervised, they can easily get the cord wrapped around their neck, which can lead to choking. Even worse, cats have rough tongues with backward-facing barbs. This means if they start chewing on a piece of string or yarn, they cannot spit it out. They are forced to swallow it. Veterinarians call this a linear foreign body. It can cause their intestines to bunch up, creating a life-threatening blockage that requires emergency surgery. The golden rule here is simple. If a toy has a string or a cord, it must be safely locked away in a drawer the exact moment you are done playing with it. When you leave the house, only leave out completely safe toys. Large balls, scratching posts, and small plush toys are perfect. Please never leave anything with a string out when you are not there to watch them. Mistake number 5 is punishing them for so-called revenge behavior upon your return. You finally get home after a long, exhausting day. You walk through the door, only to step in a puddle of urine right next to the litter box, or you discover that your curtains have been shredded. In a flash of anger, you scold your cat, thinking to yourself that they did this out of spite just because you left them alone. We need to clear this up right now. Science has definitively proven that cats do not possess the cognitive ability to act out of spite or to hold a grudge like a human. They do not plot against you. When a cat goes to the bathroom outside their litter box or destroys your furniture while you are gone, it is not revenge. It is a desperate cry for help, often caused by the severe stress and anxiety of being left alone. Furthermore, punishing them hours after the incident has already happened is incredibly damaging. They cannot connect your current anger to their past actions. They only learn one tragic lesson, that you are unpredictable and terrifying when you walk through the door. The next time this happens, take a deep breath. Clean up the mess in complete silence and do not yell. Instead, play detective to find the root cause. Are they suffering from separation anxiety? Is their litter box dirty? Do they need more environmental stimulation before you leave? Focus on fixing the underlying stress, rather than punishing a symptom they cannot control. And finally, mistake number 6, which is the most critical one on this entire list. Leaving them home alone for more than 24 hours. It is a holiday weekend, and you are heading out of town for a quick 2 or 3 day trip. You buy a fancy automatic feeder, set out a few extra bowls of water, scoop 2 litter boxes, and think to yourself that they will be perfectly fine holding down the fort. After all, they have food, water, and a toilet. So what could possibly go wrong? This is where things can become tragic. Cats are absolute masters at hiding their pain and illnesses, which is a deep survival instinct they inherited from the wild. A medical emergency can strike with absolutely zero warning. Male cats in particular are highly prone to severe urinary blockages. If a cat cannot urinate, dangerous toxins build up in their bloodstream rapidly, and 24 hours can literally be the boundary between life and death. Furthermore, what happens if that fancy automatic feeder jams? What if your cat gets the zoomies and accidentally knocks over all their water bowls within the first few hours of you leaving? When they are left entirely alone for multiple days, the line between a peaceful weekend and a devastating emergency is incredibly thin. No matter how independent your cat seems, you must never leave them entirely unchecked for more than 24 hours. If you are going away overnight, you absolutely must have a pet sitter, a friend, or a neighbor physically come into your house at least once a day. They need to verify that your cat is eating, drinking, using the litter box normally, and is not trapped somewhere. For added peace of mind, invest in a pet camera with 2-way audio so you can check in on them and let them hear your comforting voice in real time. Leaving your cat home alone is an unavoidable part of modern life, but how we prepare their environment and their state of mind makes all the difference in the world. As we have seen today, cats are not the cold, aloof creatures that pop culture makes them out to be. They love you deeply, and when you walk out that door, their entire world shrinks down to the four walls of your home and the lingering scent of you. So I have a question for you to think about. Before you rushed out the door this morning, what did you do to ensure your cat felt safe and loved? By the way, if you noticed your cat scratching up the sofa when you were away, we mentioned earlier that it is often a sign of stress. But is that the only reason? Absolutely not. Click on the video right here on the screen to uncover the fascinating, hidden truths behind why your cat destroys your furniture and exactly how to stop it without breaking their spirit. See you there.